Now, we will remember what I was doing last time. It had to do with lines. I have not solved this one. These have to be inverses. Oh, it's a diagonal thing. Okay, that's different. I want to go back and quickly look at one of the line puzzles I solved to see if I can suss out. Okay, so it's always... Lines have to be the same kind or a different kind based upon the same origin. Okay. Ads are fine. See you later, Matt. Oh, the ad isn't fine. Oh, no. Man, this is just... Oh, there it goes. Why does it take so long to load? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. It eventually worked. Okay. So now this is a diagonal line. This is the first time I've seen one. My guess is it means it has to be a shape rotated 90 degrees. Good guess. Does this mean it also has to be rotated 90 degrees? No. Well, that's also a wrong shape. Doesn't like that. Alright, let's try... Oh, wait. No, I can't do that. I'm already confused by this. May want to fix the font. I did try a few streams ago to fix it, and I could not come to a good fix. Something about Capture on Mac, I had this fixed once, but I don't remember what the fix was, and it's going to irritate me for a while. I do agree it'd be funky. It is definitely not funky fresh. And if I want to do something that's in 4.3, I definitely need to fix that. But for the time being, I'm just going to suck it up and deal with it until I finally go ask on the OBS forums if anybody has a good solution to this. Because my two options are, there's a way to get slightly better font rendering in OBS, but I have to launch with the command line, and then other things don't work. So altogether, it's just kind of a mess. Try this. But why? Why? Okay, one sec. Would this have worked? Yes. Okay, so they can just be rotations of each other. Interesting. Thank you for the good luck. Doesn't like that. I can't change that shape. Tried the obvious thing, which is this. Oh wait, I can do one other thing. I can do this. It was probably the other type of L. Yep, they have to be rotations. They don't have to be rotations. Weird. Can it just be off that way? Yeah. I'm learning so much about these. Wait. It's the other way around. I'm just going to keep messing up L's. Wait, what? Huh. All of my L's are wrong. Now I'm confused. Okay, I can't toggle these. That's clear. I've tried every orientation of the L. Well, okay, what if I can't quite invert it. I don't have the space to invert it. It's okay being mirrored. It's okay if it's the same way. It's okay if it's off by 90 degrees. Am I just drawing the wrong L? Okay, so it's this L. If I rotate it twice, I end up with this L. Let me check my logic. Maybe. Ah! I understand. I don't understand. Oh, wait. One more. Yeah, that need to be inverted, but why? Was I incapable of making the correct L? I must have been. Maybe these L's are going to be the death of me. Okay. Think I see it? That? Oh. Oh, well, that's touching. Alright, so that's not possible. So the first one... Alright, well, actually, this has to be this... Well, it has to be that or the inverse. That's not a good way to start the inverse, I can tell you that much. Can I make an inverse out of that? Yeah, I've satisfied those two, but this one... Actually, no. There we go. That was the thought. It just took a moment. But now we have a bridge. It's now an abridged series. Oh, we're back at this. All right, so where do I want to go? Why? What did that do? It's solved. Hooray. Is there another line there? It's a yellow line. What does the yellow line mean? Do these change? Can I bridge them? There's some logic here, but I don't see it. Well, if I just step on each one in turn and press A, it works. But that doesn't do anything for me. Alright, there's a trick here. What could the trick be? None of these are mirrors of each other. That much is clear to me. I can't make another shape in the same space. I'm bad at L's. What if I do a different shape? Just do this. Or no. It's not. They have overlapping spaces. Sort of a... What's it comparing it against? That's the thing I'm not quite clear on yet. Trying to draw an arrow, doesn't draw an arrow. Definitely the next step in the puzzle. I could try to take a shortcut, but it's not going to do nothing for me. Yeah, none of these are the same as the other ones. There's something else in the environment I need to be looking at? Are there any puzzles I missed just down here? Or is that the last one? Okay, I need to get up there if I want to get in that pipe, which is interesting to me, I guess. That's the way back. I don't want to go back that way yet. I need another line to light up. I need this line. This minecart to move? It probably involves starting another puzzle somewhere. Okay. So this was the... Let's just set these back to initial conditions. What if this does something somewhere else? It makes a mechanical noise every time I solve this puzzle. But why? Like, I can hear something locking. But it's not on screen. Is there something else in this environment? Nothing I can see. Was there anything else inside this building? No, we solved everything inside the building. It was solvable. Right, and that's busted, and our character refuses to walk up there. Alright, so I think this is just this is just where I need to be. Okay. I can't do subsets. It has to be things that exist. Why does that work? Like this was the initial condition they were in. They were pre-solved. Could I put another one of these somewhere on this? Maybe that's the trick. But that shape, there's no place I think I could put that kind of shape on here. What about this one? This one seems like it'd be an easier one, but again, there's not enough space to put another one. Like if I did something like this, which I can't do because this tile isn't technically on. Up, over. Yeah, something like that, but like there's not enough space to draw another one of these shapes. There's... It beeps. This is an environmental puzzle where it doesn't give you the hints. draw a rotation of this object because it's too big. Do I need to do it? Oh, what do I do? Bad, but that's the only place. Oh, that's interesting. Being able to see up there. That's all. That always disappears. I wonder if it has to do with the roof of this building. I mean, I could walk all the way back to do the upper part. Maybe that'll help. I'm baffled by these right now. Utterly baffled. I can walk on this. Can't do anything while I'm on it. I think I'm going to walk up and do the puzzles from the other direction. Because I legitimately have no better ideas. So that's what we're going to do. We'll take the relatively lengthy walk, but I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I think that there might be something accessible from the other side. And it's always just kind of fun to walk through this area. But wait, what? Or I'll stumble across a secret area. Well, that's pretty cool. Where apparently you have to demonstrate understanding of all the concepts to get in here. Okay. Well... I don't think this could be too hard. Thank you for the resub. How you doing, Kappa? Yeah, working brain is always the major issue for these sorts of things, isn't it? Yeah, now I can't do that. This seems like it's an interesting thing, but I don't think I want to come here yet until I have mastery of lines. But it is nice to know I discovered it. It just got started. Had some technical difficulties at the very beginning where I let my controller turn off and Steam decided that that was a good reason to disconnect the entirety of it. And now I'm trying to figure out... oh no. If I do that, I can't go back in the building. Did I solve all the building? Mistakes may have been made. We're just running around for the sake of running around now. That's really how this is. That's all we're doing. Running around for the sake of running around. I did take care of everything in the building. Or, no, this building required... It had required solving all that stuff down there. And it had required understanding of lines. Which I didn't have yet. To be fair, though, I do have understanding of lines. So theoretically, I could do something. Actually, no. My understanding of lines does not extend well enough to solve this, because this line is straight and would have to have the same of the origin. That doesn't work. Alright, I don't understand this well enough to solve it yet. I'm fine with that. And I know the solution to the puzzle there, and I can put it back when I'm done, so we can go and approach this from the other side. Or, wait, no, I found a gate. There was a gate I opened to get into that other gardeny area. I don't need to do this. It was over here? No, it wasn't over here. It was further down. There was a gate, and I did open it. Yes. And there's the area I was talking about where I wanted to go try something. And also, I needed to solve this. Because Kappa gave me this good solution. There we go. Checkerboard. Solution to that line puzzle. Oh, nice. I'm not quite ready to go there yet. I feel like it might be like a bonusy area or something. I'm definitely going to go there at some point. Right now, lines. I think I have the knowledge to solve these at least. So it's got to be... would this work? Doesn't like that. Oh, because it's a different origin. Oh, right. What's up, Luis? How you doing? Oh, right, but then the yellows are unhappy. We'll check my understanding. Okay, at least that's correct. What about this? I'm occasionally good at this. It's diagonals. Oh, wait, no, that's not going to work. I can't highlight that. Show me earlier time? Yep. Got started a little bit earlier. I'm still on the East Coast. I can append to this. How does that help me? So then I can... That's still in the air gap. Oh. Alright, excellent. But yeah, I'm still on the East Coast, so I'm still dealing with the timing and stuff for that. But this has been a fun game. I'm looking forward to getting home at some point. Not sure when, but I'm looking forward to. Especially because Hack Jam is heating up. People are already beginning to start asking for extensions. I would not complain if they got an extension though, because I won't be back on the 12th. Would be nice if I was, but I already know that's not happening. Actually, what this tells me is I can't have either of those on. Because then it'd be connected, and that's bad. But I also can't isolate it. This is a tricky one. If I do that... Why are the yellows... Oh, because rotation. No. No, this apparently works, Kappa. It wasn't what I was expecting. Alright, well that just leaves trying to solve this puzzle. The other part of it. It's at the corner. Oh god, I knew the L's would be the death of me. Okay, as long as I think this shape is symmetrical, it's happy. No, it's not. Okay. This is odd. Square is a rotation of a square? Yeah, it's true. Oh, wait, maybe that's the key. Oh, but that's not a rotation because it's at the wrong part of the square. That gap there means I do need to highlight this and make it into an object like this one. Well, it is... no, because it's at the wrong part of the U. What if I do that? Nope. No, this is definitely a learning spot here. But I'm not sure what I'm learning yet. Okay. Doesn't like that. I think this part must be solved. That or I've discovered something weird. I mean, also I can dike that off. That's the other option. Okay. But then this needs to be in the corner. So it would have to go up this way, but it could rotate. It would be this, which would mean I need it off. Means I could do something like this, but then I have the problem of cutting this off. Like, that makes the black pieces happy, but it does not make that piece happy. So clearly there's a lesson here. But I do think that L is it. You've never played this? It's not exactly a very well-trafficked game on Twitch, but it's a really good game. If you've never heard of The Witness by Jonathan Blow, he also did Braid and a few other games. It's very much like The Witness in terms of its aesthetics and approach to how the game works. Basically, you are always filling out grids like this. You are turning cells on and off. But your goal is to understand how the various glyphs inside of them correspond to what you should turn on and off. And there's rules, and then you have to understand how the rules work. And sometimes the rules are a little fuzzy. So you have to go and play around to understand why the rules. That's it. Oh, wait, no, that's in an... Aha! Oh. Not a rotation of it. Huh, I've made everyone unhappy. Alright, well, I know that cell's probably got to be empty. Because we need to preserve this shape. I think this has to be the solution to that. Different origin, it's a rotation and a flip. Yeah, you're right. This is one of those, I wish I was better at 3D imaging kind of things. Maybe overthinking this. No. Oh wait, maybe. Nope, that's still unhappy. I thought maybe I could do something like extend this by one and then I could have all of them do the same thing, but no, that's not gonna work. Like I need to cut this off. It would need to be symmetrical. Oh, why can't I do that? Oh, because then that doesn't work. Oh, and that makes that shape. Wow. Oh, that made all the shapes. Okay. That was an accident, I will be honest. But it worked, and it taught me an important lesson. That I need to think about all the rotations of the L. Okay, now we have colors. How do colors work? Okay, one. Does not help. Does not help. Okay. Let's do... that? No, because that one's happy. They're all unhappy. I don't know why it's unhappy. These are all single squares. Makes sense why those aren't happy. They need to pair. Black and yellow, I felt, were independent now, right? I mean, there's only so many possibilities. It's 6 bits. I mean, okay, so... my understanding is basically either these two need to be on. If one is on and one is off. Okay, that's a fine operation. We can do that. So I can do this. That makes that unhappy, but that, of course, makes sense. Is there any set I have done that has made... oh, they can't share. That was the trick. I am more than a little confused about this. It's one of those, like, if you stop playing the game for a couple days, then you forget all of your rules. But I guess I learned this one today, so it's not really helping. Okay, in this case, what we learned was single squares are fine. Black, I think, is it a rule that black needs to be inverted from white? Or maybe it has to be inverted from all of them. Black's not happy there. I would have thought yellow's not happy with that. Yellow's still not happy with that. If I do that, then they're not happy anyway. But I don't know why. The single square notion of these things is weird. If I do that, then yellow is happy. And then I need to do that. A equals A, B does not equal... A does not equal B. Slanted means you can rotate. I mean, you can rotate, but I don't think you're required to, is the key. But I don't know why black is unhappy. I did try that, okay. Was that the rule? Or, great, I'd have to walk all the way back down there, which I can't do, really. Well, I can, but I don't want to. I want to solve this first, because I don't exactly know what it does, but I feel like it'll help me out somewhere elsewhere. We're not actually going to use a counter for this. Though, admittedly, it wouldn't take all that long. Okay. Yes, slanted means you can rotate. That's an important and key element. Sometimes things would be happy to share their bits if they feel like it. Other times they're not happy to share bits. I'm not exactly sure what the rule is there. Cannot. I do think that because of the origins, those have to be single squares. But that doesn't tell me why black is unhappy. There's no combination where black isn't equal to one of the other ones, right? Maybe I'm wrong here. Black has to be the same. Yellow... well, yellow's the same here. It's not unhappy. There's clearly a rule here that isn't... that I've either slipped my mind or I didn't learn well enough. Take a moment. this linear. Why is yellow happy in that situation? Yellow's happy because it has a unique combination. It did not have a unique combination with this. So if I do this, yellow will be happy. I thought yellow wouldn't be happy because it wouldn't be a unique combination now. If I do this, yellow is happy. It can be rotated, but yellow is no longer happy. I am confounded by this one. For only being such a small puzzle, it is actually confusing me. It's very much a, I'm brute forcing it out of just to do something. I don't think that's going to be the answer. Okay. Well. What could it be? Well, I feel dumb or smart when I solve this. Tried that combination. Basically, at this point, I just want to find a combination that makes... Oh, I see it. Okay. Here's my explanation as to why this is the correct thing. This, if we just look at the blue part, rotate it over 180, you get this, which is empty. The yellow one, rotate around, doesn't equal black. That's it. As long as it's a rotational object. So asymmetric stuff is fine as long as it can rotate, but okay. That was a weird puzzle. Important, but weird. Okay, I think it's gonna be something like this. No. I can't turn that white one on. So the white one has to be an inversion. I've not touched anything in this puzzle yet. Okay. Yellow. Okay, blue's not going to care what it does. That's useful to know. So I could do this. No, wait, that doesn't turn that into that object. This turns that into this object. Which means the black pieces will be happy now. White is not going to be happy. But I can do this. And that works. Oh, we're back to L's. I don't like taking L's here. Okay. Well, this does constrain it a bit. It probably means that we have to do this. Is that not the rotation of L? No. Okay, well, it could be a different rotation that makes it happy. Oh, the origin. It has to be in the middle. I guess I could actually just do this. Wait, that's inverted, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I guess I could actually do this, which would be... Oh, that. How is that bit making black unhappy? It's the same object repeated over here. Oh, it's inverted. Alright, well, that's progress of a sort. Okay. Really, the yellow doesn't like that. Thought it would. Oh, I ate into the... Oh, that's one reason. Turn that into that. Oh, that I've left the yellow abandoned. That's not going to help. Don't think I want to connect the two. I do kind of like... Alright. I turned that into that, which is silly. Okay, so that has to be a type of L at the end of the day. And it has to start in the middle, which means it needs to have one on either side, which means that that's not going to work. It has to be something like that. Okay, well, that's... fixable? Because then I turn this into that, which is going to make the object unhappy. Maybe this. Yeah, this works. Alright, I've successfully opened a door. Not what I expected, but I'll take it. This is another learning center. Is this just there's multiple ways to get to learning about this? Invert it. Wait, no, it's on. I can't invert it. Okay, it's going to... This is different. That doesn't like that. And we're back to weird hypotheses. So I can't invert this, which is my first instinct. Making a symmetric figure does not make it happy. I can't do anything different on this side. The object I have to make will have to resemble a rotation of this. Oh, because the double symmetries. Okay. I'm gonna guess this doesn't work, but if I do the opposite, then it will work because it's rotational. One big symbol is in fact a rotation of itself. Yeah, it took me a moment to realize it. But that's why this one makes a lot more sense. I kind of wish this one had happened first, then this one, but it is what it is. Now, it's a matter of figuring out what a rotational shape could possibly be that works with this. I'm gonna try that. Yeah. I'm better at rotating those than the T's. Oh, that has to be on. Oh, no. Okay, so I have to put one... How do I do that? Stop and think. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Okay, that's actually a lot trickier than I thought. Those two are okay. This one's not. And then I'd have to do something to that, but there's not enough pieces to do that on both sides. It has to be... Well, but it has to be at least 4 in size. Wait. No. Okay, that didn't work. Maybe... I think I see something. Like, it could be something kind of wormy. I don't know. I'm still on there. But I do think it has to... The way this has worked, it has to go all the way through, and they have to all be rotations of each other. I can say for certain this has to be true. What if I do something like this? Oh, and this has to be on, because we're connecting all the pieces. Oh, ow. Okay, so we're back to rotation. That block isn't actually a clean rotation now that I see it. It's not actually where it need to be for that to work, because it's on the other side. So my thinking about making it a giant symbol is not necessarily the correct one yet. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to make it one big one, but no, 2 smaller ones make more sense. Okay. This has to match this exactly. So I either need to cut a piece out or something else. Isn't it just this? It isn't happy with that. That's clearly a rotation of one of these. Why doesn't it like that? I think mirroring wouldn't be happy with the mirroring, but it is happier now. Huh. I was curious if keeping the door open would actually make it so that my stream quality would be any different, and it does appear to have affected the bitrate a little bit, but that's different. That's not what I was expecting. Okay. I can't draw anything on the front of it. All right, what if I make this one inverted? Oh, I can draw on the back of it, so I've got that going for me, but then that doesn't work, so I can't make it inverted. Do I want to draw on the back of it? Make it into this pretty shape. But then that doesn't help because I don't have enough pieces for the rotation to work. Very odd. Oh, because it's at the center. I need it to be at the nose. And so I'd want to do that, but then that extends the shape. Okay, I see where I'm going wrong here. Okay. Part of the nose. Can't... This has to be on the nose. It can rotate. All right, well, okay. So that's valid. None of them are happy with that solution. And then that's not on the nose. And that turns it into one big shape. Maybe that's it. No, because it's center, not on nose. Extends it out one too far. I think that might be the trick here, is I do need to make one big shape. It is symmetrical-ish. Right, because it needs to be the nose. It needs to be one step backwards. Alright, that makes everyone unhappy. Because that one's the center, and it is no longer the shape. Okay. Alright, so... I can't... There's a couple options here. If I assume that I don't want these touching, then I can't put anything on this row. Which would mean the solution would have to be something like this, which we already can nix because of the lack of noseability on the side without altering the shape. So the other possibility is that it's empty, in which case these pieces would need to all be off, only to be on, which isn't going to work because then it's not part of the nose. It's down the spine of it. I like the idea of, like, the double plus thing, but it doesn't look right. So I think we can rule out the individual pieces solution for the time being. So... Oh, wait, can I have this one line? I don't think I can share lines. Plus an anti-plus? That's got some legs. I like that. Okay. So let's see. I want to make an anti-plus. Then I need to keep these open. This would need to be off. And then, yeah, because you can rotate the plus. Yeah, plus and anti-plus. That was easier than I was making it. That has to be on. Okay. And the shapes clearly have to touch. Rotation. I can make an anti-shape here, I guess. Have to... But I'd have to touch these, which is not going to work. I don't know why my nose is a little stuffed up. Don't think I was getting sick. Wonder if I'm allergic to the basement. Which might be the case. Which means I'm really glad I didn't stream from the basement. But... looking at this, what can I glean? Okay. So, we had one like this earlier. What was my solution to it? It was that. But now that square is on. So I have to use a rotation. Which this does not satisfy. But it has to be part of it. It's probably a really weird shape. This is a rotation. Of course, that's not going to work. It's ugly and asymmetric. I mean, that's one of the two options, right? It's either this cells on or this cells on to get it to draw through. That's not correct. And that's not correct. This is not my area, honestly. These line ones are really tricky. Let's see. What can we do here? Alright, double check assumptions. None of these are secretly lying to me, so that's good. I wonder what this is going to do. I don't see a line coming off of it. Is there a line on the roof? No? Huh. This will be interesting to see what it does. Maybe it'll unclog this area with explosions. Okay, puzzle. What if I am going for an anti thing? Right? Because I could do that. Put it over. But I need to not touch this spot. I can't touch this row in terms of cutting off bits. There's no way I can do that because of that. Okay. I can't modify this shape except to extend it, in which case it's too long. Unless I'm going for a complete symmetry across the entirety of it. I can't modify the shape. Can't use my other solution. So there's a second solution that probably would work for this as well. Well, no, actually. Looking at this now, I realize an important difference. This one is stuck on. The other one was not. Which has to mean something. Oh, but I can't put one there. Okay. That means it's... Yeah, there's no pattern like that in this set, though. Turn this on. Yeah, shape, anti-shape is probably the case. I think that's what I'm getting towards. Just a matter of figuring out how the anti-shape is going to look. Like, in terms of things I can do, that's one, but I can't make... I can make this cut, but I can't make that cut. I can't do that. What are my other options? That's the same as that. Because it has to touch two corners. I think that's the only option. Because if I wanted to touch this corner with an anti-shape, I'd need this one. We passed midnight, and my computer lets me know it, because it always does. So if this was the anti-shape, I would need to put things here, here, and here, which is going to make it unhappy. I cannot have something touch these squares, because it changes the shape too much. So, is there another possibility? Go this way. No. This way. Nope. This one. Possibility. Wait, I can do that. No. I can do this. No. Okay, so I've ruled out the two possibilities. There's only two possibilities. It's this or this. But both of them would require placing a square there, which is not presently possible. So I'd need to do that, but I can't do that. I do love the sketch button. It's very useful. Okay, not sure about this anti-shape. I mean, there's been combos here. It's not been stuck on one or the other. Okay. Oh. Can I? It's in the center. No. I can't extend it in a different way. So I couldn't like do. Because it's got to be in the center. I was hoping I could like get the anti-shape to like start somewhere else, but I don't think I can. Yeah, that's irritating. I can't have a touch if it's gonna be anti-shape. I'm back to I think it has to be a symmetrical thing. No, because I think that's the only symmetrical. Well, there's probably other symmetrical shapes that might work. Does the entire... Yeah, that's what I keep trying to get back to. Does it have to stay entirely within... No, but there has to be a way to draw it, right? So the thing is, the shape is 2 out from here. Like, I need to... But it has to be in the origin square, right? That's the problem. So this has to be in the origin square. Well, in the center square. So if I did something like this, I go out 1, up 3, over. That can't be there. Basically, because of that requirement, I like what you're thinking. It's just, I don't know how that applies. Anti-shape have to be in the center, does it? But how would I pin it in? Maybe I'm thinking about this too hard in the wrong direction. Maybe it's okay if it's not in the center. Maybe there's some magic going on. So let's see. We do... Origin has to rotate onto the anti-origin. Yes. Which is why I don't think it can start outside, but that does seem like it's such a good trick. I want it to be true. Like, I don't... The constraints of the graph are such, I think this is the only shape I could make where the anti-shape extends beyond the right box. And that clearly does not work. Well, give it a shot. No, it doesn't make any sense. There's no rotation of that I could do. So close to doing whatever this wants me to do. Which I think unlocks pickaxes. Oh, maybe that's what it does. It'll let me get a pickaxe, and then I can go clear the rubble over here using Minecraft powers. Keep getting excited about what I can do next before sitting down solving. Okay. The origin has to rotate on the anti-origin. Can't move it for the shot. There's only two ways to draw this. Neither make them happy. That's not going to work. Its equivalency, which we saw over here, is not going to work. Can't do that. They need to have that on. I cannot add on to this shape. That's just a true statement about the nature of this puzzle. So these two squares have to remain blank. I cannot do anything about those. Those have to be blank. So, what can I do from there? End of the day, what can I do from there? You disagree with the assertion that I can't add on to the shape? Oh, I mean, I guess if it's rotationally symmetric, yeah. But if I'm going to go for an anti-shape, if I add on this... Oh, no, wait a second. Yeah, no, I think I see what you're on. It's this. No. It's close to that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 3 along, which is too many, but that cuts it off. No. This is close. That's a really important insight. Okay. I want to make it 3 along, but how can I do that without ruining my routing? Because, right, it can rotate all the way around, so that makes sense. So really, it's a 4 over here, but then I need it to extend. Okay, 1, 2. Something like this. There we go. Did that do anything? Nope, rock's still there. Oh, it lights up this one down here. Or... I don't know. I don't know what that did. Puzzles are worth doing for the sake of puzzles. Okay. Now we're into a more... an area that, of course, does not help you with your constraints. You need to know your constraints now. Alright, so what this tells me, especially with this, is that there has to be an object that looks like this from all the blues, which is somewhat unavoidable. But let's make them Tetris pieces just to be nice. I need to pen these in, which I can not do. But I can just bop them onward. Well, that didn't work. Oh no, because I did that, which was unnecessary. Okay, let me look. So this satisfies, this satisfies, this satisfies. These are individuals. They're all happy. And then the rotational pieces here are unhappy, and I don't know why. A single block is, in fact, rotation with a single block. Maybe there's a rule. I forgot how this works. And, of course, I cannot do my guess and check thing here. Okay, so... Black doesn't equal yellow? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, let's But black doesn't equal yellow, so I need to give black some space. Okay. There we go. That's just something I need to remember. Black should never equal yellow, because they taught us up there. Okay. This is that shape. At the bottom. Okay, can I do something? Okay, oh, it's going back to highlighting things again. That's at least useful. Oh. Well, oh, because that's... We're doing the extending shape thing again. That makes that, and then this... These two are happy. I didn't make the same shape, though. Or maybe they're not happy sharing an edge. That could definitely be it. Or sharing a bit. Okay, this one's forced on. It needs to be a stair stepper. Okay, that's happy, but that one over there isn't now. Even though I didn't change anything about it. Which is weird. They're all unhappy. Oh, because they have the same rotation. You have to have unique rotations. That probably came into place at some point, and I wasn't very good at it. Okay. That's important information. And that's why previously, at least some of them were happy with each other, I think. Also, the shape is different. Okay. So that's... I think this is the only shape I can make with this that makes sense. I could... No, I think that's the shape that makes sense. This is how we should do it. Beautiful, but not feasible. And those are unhappy. Oh, because I can... Oh, I see. Maybe it wasn't sharing a rotation. Maybe I just done it wrong. Let me double check an assumption here. Yeah, okay. And then because I put the blip there, it doesn't work. Because that prevents it from becoming the shape it really needs to be. Okay. Does not need unique rotation. Okay, that's important. I do need to make this into a stair stepper. Can I? I could cut that to give it one more. And that to give it one more. Okay, so this all might work. And then this was the... Oh. Yep, there we go. Oh. Is this puzzle exactly the same as my initial conditions for the last one? Okay. Oh, this is off. It was on before, it's off now. Okay, not the same conditions. Took me a second. It's hard to tell. Alright, so now we have the problem of these aren't the same, but I probably want to do something similar. Or maybe I don't. Maybe it has nothing to do with that. Okay, so this has to be at the top of a shape. I think this one probably needs to be colored in. This one, of course, needs to be not colored in. So I don't know. I still like starting with that. Let's start with that and go from there. Oh yeah, that. Okay, now the question really is... right, that's the problem. I can't make this... I can't have two things in the negative. Close, but not quite right. I need one more block that way. Well, no, I need this block cut off. Right? 1, 2, oh, 3. Okay, and then I'd be moving the whole thing back one. Okay, and then I need to figure out a way to make this work. Which might, I don't know. I'm not confident in this at all. Right, because it then sticks against that. can I... Or wait. For this to be stair stepper, it has to be like this, which means the only... I don't have enough squares to make this work. Except if I connect things like that. I don't think that's going to be a winner. Okay, maybe... Oh, there we go. Maybe we shouldn't start with the same set of assumptions. Maybe we can make different shapes here. Start with that. Let's see. Okay, so it needs to be at the very end. So it would need to be something like that, but then I can't touch those squares. Unless I want to make the shape different, which I might. I'm not sure yet. So another option here. I can make it this way, but then I have to touch those. That's bad. Or is it? No, it's still bad right now. Okay, let's go back to this initial assumption. If I wanted to, I could do that, which puts a wart in that position, so I don't like that idea. Those two are happy. This one is not going to be happy because of its nakedness right there, but I can do that. And then it would just be a matter of figuring out that one. Maybe this is the one I need to constrain first. So it needs to be like that. But it doesn't like that? Why doesn't it like that? It didn't change any of the other shapes. It's at the top. Oh, is it transposed? Oh, it might be transposed. I'm always bad at these symmetric blocks. Okay, that works. Well, is there? There's enough space over here to make that work, right? Because I only need one. No, I need 2 blocks in every column for that to work. I only have 1 block in this column. And it's hanging off the wrong spot. It's cute. I don't know if I like it, though. Also, it prevents this from working at all. Because I need these on for that to work. Definitely reaching the advanced end of this. Okay. So this was already hard enough to figure out. What if I build shapes? Build one shape and one anti-shape. Like if I connect those, I get that. Can I make something similar? Let's see, this. I really should have been using this sooner. Okay. That I can cut that off. So then same shape? 1, 2. Maybe it doesn't like rotate. Maybe it likes shapes that don't rotate very well. Or doesn't like shapes that don't rotate very well. 2 shapes with 2 lines each has potential. Yeah, I think that's the key. I could trim on that side. I like this shape. I can't make that shape, but I like it. Okay, this I believe, these 2 things I believe to be equivalent shapes. But it doesn't like it. Why doesn't it like it? It's one of the weird questions. Shapes. Okay, so I'm partitioning this. It has to be partitioned right-left. There's no way around that. These are in the same places in the shapes. What if I rotate the way? I think maybe I'm doing something silly here. Try a different approach. Let's say this is the foot. And we have something like this. That would work, because then it rotates. Yeah, it rotates perfectly. Of course, this part right here is a problem. Which I'd need to place another... Would need to remove a block. Oh, it'd be right there. Huh. This, I think, is rotationally equivalent. I can... Yeah, I think the warp block kind of kills it, though. Which is annoying, because the warp block is just there to cut in the other one. Is there another way I could draw this? Because I do think I need something that is actually rotationally somewhat symmetric at the end of the day. These are all the same shape, except it rotates once. That's... okay. I could add stuff. Yeah, it has to be rotationally symmetric on its own. How's that rotationally symmetric? Looks much nicer now. I made a pyramid. Yeah. Nuts. Okay. It doesn't like my pyramid. It's a nice pyramid, though. Okay. Maybe I need a different shape. Let's go back to this shape. Is this shape a good symmetrical type shape? The top orange line can be rotated onto the bottom orange line. That's what I thought. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, that's the problem, because it's not symmetrical enough. It needs to still be kind of an offshoot leg, but this is in the center and that isn't. And then, yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, that's the thing I think I'm misunderstanding. How do I do this? Okay. Making an object. Is similar. That looks good. Okay. Now it's just a matter of reconstructing it over here. Okay. I think this is it. Just a matter of figuring out how to do it over here. So this is, I think, this block. No. Okay, maybe start from a different spot. Well, actually, okay. We know it's got to make this shape in the middle. That's a gimme. Then, if it's making that shape, then this and this. Unless I can rotate it around. But then that's a problem. If I add this wart, is it still happy? No. This wart is happy. Okay. Well, it would have that word anyway, right? So, okay. So let's do that. Woof. That was not an easy puzzle. But it's a worthwhile reward, because it gives me access over here without having to walk all the way around. Can I push this now? Like... well, even if I could push it, what would it do? Don't think it's that kind of puzzle. And thank you, Kappa. That's definitely a bit that I missed there. It's not an easy game. At least this section hasn't been easy. Other sections I've gotten decently well, but this and flowers. Ugh. Okay, so I think, unless I want to go solve the main puzzle, I need to figure out the mystery of these. How to create anything here. Okay, let's... This is the simplest of the shapes. Can I just make an equivalent of this shape, but not using that? Okay, it doesn't like that. Was that an equivalent, though? Can I put... Oh, I'm putting it in the middle. It shouldn't be in the middle. That's an important part of that. Okay, that's one from the bottom. So here, 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 here. No. Yes! Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Rotation. Precisely. This shape, I can draw... I also can't overlap, I'm pretty sure, with the existing ones. So let's see. Let's unhighlight everything else first. Okay, so we've got draw down there, over 3. Is that not it? And then one in the center. Maybe I need to go up. No, I don't need to go up. That's... I thought that was a rotation, but apparently it's not. Right, let's try a different one. Flipped and rotated. Ah! Well, that works. Yeah, okay. This is one of those cases where this is not my strong suit. Okay. It's up here. Can I do this? No. Flipped and rotated. Okay, I can rotate. I can mirror. Oh, I can't mirror. I can only rotate. Just need to, like, turn my head. Okay, well, in this orientation, if I rotate it around... No, that's the same thing. This work? That's not right either. Alright, that's... I think where it started, actually. Okay, and then I rotate it again to the left, so then that would move this block directly above. That one would pair there. Okay, but it also has to be within one rotation. That's the other part that was sticking me. Okay. So now, turn this off, and then rotate it over 1. Doesn't like that. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3 around here. Well, maybe just jig the other way. Okay, and then... Interesting. 1, 2, 3, and then jig this way. Jig the other way. Alright. Well, is this passable if I walk all the way around? I feel like that's an important question to answer, though. I suspect the answer is a distinct and absolute no. No kitty cornering. Okay. May need a different strategy. There's only 4 valid rotations. Add the other one. So we try the other one. Other one would require going through middle here. 3. Oh. Take a look again. 1, 2, 3. It's not really what I want. Let's put that one back and play with the other one now. I'm not certain about either of these, but I feel like this one definitely has a better position. Okay, so it's kind of up this... Oh, no. You gotta clear it all first. Okay. 3 up this way, and then kind of... 3 up. There's our U. That's not great. Don't really like that either. Huh. There's a 1. In fact, I think that might need to be the position it's just in. Or maybe rotate it around the axis. I guess we'll see in a moment. Okay, so this is the middle. And then we extend this way? No. It needs to be back where it starts because it needs to connect to this, and I don't think there's any other rotation that's going to do that. So, but if I do move it, then I can move the other ones a little bit. Oh, man. Okay. I think I do need to use all of them. But I do need to get this bottom one connected to the top one. If I rotate this around again... Okay, if I rotate this around from here... Remove that, because that's just going to get me confused. Okay, so it's rotating this way. So then this becomes the 3 down, and then that would fill in. I need to move this back to where it was, which is what I want to do all along anyway. This is looking promising. Okay, so then I can get onto the blue thing, which is good. And I need to figure out how to get the blue thing to connect to this. So this is the original position for the blue thing. Let's do this. Yes, okay. I think that turning my head was really the key to the whole thing, and I'm really glad I went up around earlier, because, man, that would have been irritating if I had to walk all the way home to do that. So now we can go on top of the tube. Over the tree, behind... There's no behind the wall. How am I going to access the other stuff? Alright, well... Progress. Okay, that needs to be rotationally similar. Oh, I don't... Okay, let's get back to that. Okay, just to double check my assumptions. Okay, so that needs to be one of these. It can be rotated, so that gives that freedom. This block line is happy, because it's enclosed, and the same as the other ones. It has to be the same as the other ones. Okay, which means I probably want to do something like that. Okay, next up. Oh yeah, that has to be enclosed. That clearly has to be on. Start with that. Oh wait, no, it can't be that, because the rotation's bad. Ah, okay. Right, because its origin is down on the end of the bottom as opposed to the middle. So now I have to make a shape where it's in the middle. So something like that, perhaps? Okay. That wasn't too hard. Alright. Well... Okay, so now what do we know? We have rotatable yellows and unrotatable blacks, which means they need to be the same. So we'll start with that assumption, because that has to be true. This, where it is, has to be done in negative. So something like that. And something like that, because you need to extend the negative. That does make those happy. Now, the problem is none of the whites are happy. So let's start working on that. Can I cut these off? I don't think I can. Cut them all... no, I can't cut them all off. Oh boy, actually. Got my work cut out. Well, somewhat cut out for me. Because they have to be rotationally similar to these. Means I cannot use a large shape for that. I think maybe I started with the black ones and did not realize my set of constraints properly. I'm just going to wipe it. But I do think this has to be true. Which does mean this has to be true. Is there any other way I could get out of that? No, because of the two constraints given. which leads to the same set of assumptions. So if I want to cut that off, I have to extend this. Similarly, if I want to cut that off, I have to extend that. So we're back to that. Now, the problem here is rotation. We need to create an area of rotation for these. So these are center rotated on a square right now. Actually, what about this? Would love that, but can't have it. The T shape here is a good shape for this. And then that. Beautiful. I even get... It cannot crush me. This is the end of this track. Alright. Okay. Well... Oh my. Okay. Wait. Yeah, those start unsymmetrical. So I have to make each area of those have... That has to be on. So let's start with that. That means it's kind of a square bottom. Oh, but it's not rotational. Oh god, okay. I think I solve the straight lines first. I think, unless I want to make one giganto shape, which I don't think works for single lines, then those have to remain untouched. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can make... No, that's not gonna work. Because it doesn't rotate. I cannot rotate these shapes. They're in every position of this. This is going to be tricky. But of course, it's the ultimate puzzle, so of course it's going to be tricky. Okay. I'm going to take a moment. Stretch a little bit. Ponder things. Consider orbs. That kind of thing. Lovely. Alright, okay, put everything back to where it needs to be. This is a hard one. I still think I want to keep my shapes separate. How many of these are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's possible what I need to do is make a gigantic shape that works with rotational symmetry. Like, am I allowed to do that? I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Like, I'm not allowed to glom two of the same color into one contiguous area. I think that's forbidden. So we're not doing that. Okay, that has to be on. That's the one step that we're affirmative about. So needs to be chunky. And that comes off of this. So that's those... No? Oh, off the bottom. Okay. There. 1, 2, 3. Why is that unhappy? This is the same as that shape. Is this shape, right? Intriguing. Ugh. And it has a wart over here. Oh, wait. How did this work? Okay, so that's there. Then from here and here. Okay, those... It's happy now there's 3 of them. Okay, and then I need to put one off the bottom for this one to be in the square. And suddenly, things get tricky. Because that means that all of the white color, all of the white ones have to be some rotation of this. Which may not be the end of the world. Oh yeah, it needs this wart. Oh, I can't have that wart. Ah, I think I hate this. I don't think this is the way. Maybe I need to start thinking at a different origin. It has the bottom wart for that. That is, there's nothing there, but then it has to extend this way. Okay, that's fine. Bottom wart. Oh, actually, that's fine. I'm just off by 1. Is that not the same? No, it's not. Okay, so start there. 3 across, then there. Okay, cool. I managed to make 3 shapes that are symmetrical-ish. I don't think marking these squares is important, but we're going to do it anyway. Well, could I do this? Would they be happy with this? No. No, they would not. Okay. So now we have to, like, light up the ones in between. So we know that these could possibly form Tetris pieces. We could do that. I think that rotates that onto that. Needs to be a center-aligned piece. That's kind of tricky. Something like that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're definitely getting somewhere. Oh god, that's it. Oh, I don't like you, Mill. You are not invited to my puzzle party. All right, cool. That was a lot, but we completed that. Oh, there's a reason to go over there. I didn't realize it actually connected. All right, well that's where we're going next. Once I figure out how to do that. Oof. How many puzzles am I at? It does tell me somewhere. Yeah, it tells me 280. I'm only approximately halfway done with this game. Alright, let's just reset all of these for the time being. Because I think I just need a completely different configuration for this. Alright, so now I want to rotate this one. Let's see. It doesn't matter which direction. Really wish it wouldn't re-highlight them, but I guess that's kind of nice in the sense of it giving me a solution. Maybe this is easier than I thought. Nah, I'm off by 1. Too convenient. Let's see. I may as well. I think this is the next one to mess with anyway. Maybe I can get this to bridge the gap. Let's see. I want to draw 3 this way. That. Okay. I think this might be the way. Let's see. Take that off. Draw 3 across. Put the wart there. All right. Yeah, that works. What's up, Zuccotti? How you doing? This is a different area. Wrong word. You didn't want Miku to say pokey? Such a good word, pokey. At least they're all fairly cheap. Always pick up another one. Okay. Well, clearly that has to be off, and that means those have to connect that way. Which does mean these need to connect in the negative. Leave that alone for the time being, so I'm not sure how far I want to connect these to the negative. Maybe there. Have nothing to spend your channel points on? Yeah, I know. There's nothing to, like, look forward to. I really do need to come up... Well, I need to clear the queue so I can start on doing requests again, though they will cost more. I'm thinking it'll probably be like a balancing thing with the queue, but I won't tell people when I actually remove things from the queue. I'm not sure yet. There might be math involved. That works too. Okay, I don't think I want to connect those that way. I think I'll leave that alone. This is one of those that doesn't give you hints. Actually, wait, what? Oh, it must be getting power. Oh, I can try to get into this garden now, but I have to remember how this stuff works. Which is probably for the best. I'll need to go do the large meta puzzle in a minute or two anyway. Okay, clear that. No, they don't actually connect. I can do this. Is that what I want to do? I don't know. But it does work. Then I could... No, if I want to... connect this. I'd have to take it through there. So I think this has to be in the negative space. Which means I want to do that. That doesn't work. What about this? No, that cuts that off. I could wart these in, but then I'm off by one. What about this? Why is it unhappy? Oh, because I've connected it up to the greater part. Yeah, that doesn't work. And then that orange is a problem. What if I do this? He's already connected. There we go. Door opened. My reward is more puzzles. Oh, we're mixing. We're mixing and matching. Oh, this is a problem. Oh, it's not as much of a problem as I think it is. You're exciting when they make a cross-dressing game? I assume there's got to be at least a few out there. Not aware of any specific... I mean, Final Fantasy VII is a cross-dressing game, ultimately. At least for part of it. You know, the part where Cloud cross-dresses. Ooh. I like this as an option. And then I need to... Happy? No, they're not happy with that. Maybe that's not the option. But that would look more like this. Then I can do whatever I want with the negative space. Which I think solves the problem. That works, and then... Oh. It was a otherwise brilliant plan until it fell apart. It's not the button I meant to press. I wanted to press an A. Okay. So let's say I don't do that. I guess if I connect these two and then assume negative here... No, this has to be negative. I can't assume that. Therefore, at least this ends up having to be true. I also need to connect this to something. I do think this is the way, but it does require that these be together, and I don't want that. I can't cut that off. It's very close to correct, but it's not correct. Can they share like that? I forget. Let's try that. I can make that shape down here pretty easily. No, I can't. No, I can't include those. And there's 4, and then they're unhappy. That was a really irritating little bit right there. Oh, intriguing. Huh. I just realized that this has 2 different spots where it lights up things. I can get through the door with the second one, and I can activate this tile with the 4th, which is odd. Very odd structure here. Yeah, I'm actually kind of wondering if Final Fantasy VII with the Barrett date might have been the first game to like have a gay dating option. No, it couldn't be. There's probably some like Japanese BL game for the PC 98 or something. Anyway, all right, let's see. Where was I? Okay, so I can't... Why can't I make that negative? Why can't I make it negative? Said the man who just made it negative. Okay. Then I can't do that because the corners. That would make those happy, but then this is stuck being unhappy. So that the top one I think has to be positive because the bottom ones can't be. This bottom one can't be. I think that means this has to be positive, which sucks because this forces this. And forces that. Okay, and then forces that. But I don't think that's the end of the world, right? Let's turn some lights on and see what we can get. Assuming just that. I can get that to connect. No, I can't. Oh, what? Oh, it does have to hook down. So now that can't connect. Oh, and I need to do that, which gets us back to the same situation we were at before. Where I kind of needed to crawl to the wall, but now I can't. There's way too many bits. Huh. Say I should take a break from this section. I guess I have other options. Let's go exercise one of our other options. Take a short reprieve from that and remember how to do pips. Okay. The nice thing about pips is I'm fairly certain that they're always a symmetric solve. You're allowed to have different solutions. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we can have these crawl. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then I need like a wart to stick out. And then 2, 3, 4. Ah, crap. If I want to have this be positive. Oh, no. I connect to the other one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I get 1 tile to play with. I need 2. Maybe I can't count. Alright, double check my assumptions. Clear everything. These both have to be on. And the distance between them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I would get 1 more if I'd connect them. But I could also... I could connect them differently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 9 there. That's useful. And then I've cut that off. I can't do that way. But I can do this way. Same deal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I can't route that way. And I'm back to the same problem. Still think that's probably true. Though, I could, alternatively, if I need enough bits. Let's do math. Really quick. 8, 10, 8, 18, plus 20... 24. It's an odd number. Double check. 8, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24. What an odd thing. There's one square that's an odd man out that's not part of any of this set. Oh. Close. Counting helps. Alright, is this... This is definitely a lesson. Alright. Well, I'm ready for a lesson. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's too many. The shot. Rotation doesn't work that way. Okay, so this has to be true. I don't like it, but it has to be true. This is a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so because of the line rule, these have to be similar shapes. Because of the plus rule, I can't avoid having these things outward. Oh, I can negative. 4. Here we go. Alright. Okay, so the line has to be same. Uh-huh. Ah, I understand. Maybe I understand. I think this works, because I'll separate them out, and then those are in separate areas. Okay. I think this, again, means the lines need to be separated. Oh, no. Oh, but they're rotation. I can rotate. So, like, 1, 2, 3... No. Needs to be separate somehow. No. Because then that's not separated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's not enough to do that. I don't think I can actually have these. Yeah, I have to include one there. And then this, because of where it is, has to get extended unless I can draw out the rest of it. Very relaxing music, though. All about rotation. There's no way around it. I can't make... I have to make a rotationally similar shape. It allows it to rotate onto each piece. 2, 3, 4, 6. And it needs to include both of them. I don't like that. Okay, so let's say I do that and that. I was way overthinking it. Okay, the 4s are on, which means I have no choice to do this. Which doesn't work. That's at the far edge, okay. Is there any other way I can rotate my mind? No. Has to be that. Oh, it's not gonna be happy. Any other... Well... No. Okay. These are both on by 4. That does mean... Well, okay, that does mean that. But then if I connect that up, then that... Well... How many of these do I have? 1, 2... Okay, there's 6... And then 2, so there's 10 total squares that can be lit up. Maybe it's just this. This looks, I think this is rotational. There we go. Oh. Okay. Alright, so let's start with an obvious thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Light up all the squares. That is incorrect. Alright, so what we know from that? These aren't lit up. Because if they were, then they would have to, it would have worked with the 10. There's no way for me to get a different or 10. It's just the 2 5s. So we have to create these groupings of 6. Oh boy. I don't actually know. Alright, well, let's think about this for a moment. How can I create a grouping of 6 out of this? Like that? That was easier than expected. Alright. Alright, now... 4s. I need to use the 4. Use the 4. 4 is weirdly asymmetric. So I box these in. Then... That's too many. Oh, that's it. No, that's the opposite of it. That makes the 4 happy, but both of them are mad. I think this means I cannot use the 4. The 4 can't be lit up. Or the 4 is lit up. I think this is one that has 2 possible solutions. I need to light up 4 things in addition. 4 contiguous things, but then I could do this. Alright. I wonder if it's just going to keep building and adding stuff onto the exact same puzzle. It's just get the feeling that that's what we're doing today. Well, let's start with the same solution we had last time. It didn't hurt. Oh, yeah, that solution can't work now because of 4. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work, so I can't make that a negative version. Could do something like that. But then that doesn't work with that. That cut, then that doesn't help. I need to do something like this. Then those are... What if I... Okay. So then we could make a 4 that way, but then that... What that tells me, actually, is that this has to be that kind of thing. Oh, and of course the 4 isn't actually actively constrained correctly. Other than that, the solution works. Alright, let's think again. Try thinking again. It's not working so hot, but we'll try. Very peaceful. Perhaps too peaceful. Oh. Okay, back to thinking. So, F4 had to be arranged somehow. These have to be linear because they can't be non-linear. I kind of like the idea of trapping the 4 in like this kind of area. That looks good, actually. And then I just have to trap the 3 into an area. Which... Oh, they have to be differenter, I guess. Close. Okay. Let's say I do that, and then I need to... No, that's not going to work great. It can't go up. It could go down. I could do something like that. Alright, cool. Yeah, this is just what it is. It's just going to keep building off of that. Alright, so there's no... Alright, this has to exit. I think that that's probably the winning strat. Which means... that doesn't work. Would have been smart to look at that first. Alright, let's try something different. This cannot get into that. It has to... that can't go up. Or that can't go down, but that one can go... That one is up at the top. Okay, cool. That works. And then that means I need these void, which sucks. That really sucks, actually. Oh, it means I can get the purple separated, and then this has to be solid. Okay. That means I can't separate out that purple. No. And also that makes it 5. No, none of what I'm doing right now makes sense. Let's once again start over. The 4 is the most constrained thing. But the 4 has to connect out somehow. So it either has to form something with the purple line, or it has to form something with the 2 yellow lines. And I don't like either of those options. Maybe something like that? Yeah, we can fence that off. And I can't fence that off. Yeah, I can't fence that off. Oh, and then the 3 is absolutely fucked there anyway. Oh, wait, no. It doesn't have to be. Think about this. No, maybe it does. The 3 would work that way. Can yellow and purple share a shape? Oh, you know what? You might be right. That's a rule that could work. Let me try that. Vaguely, it's one of those... Oh, yeah. They can, I think. And then pop that. Yeah, that worked. God, there's too many rules to remember play this over a period of time. I thought about, like, sitting down and writing all the rules down. I really should have. It's a biggin. Uh-huh. Alright. Well, we know that different colors can't share, so we can start with that. Actually, we can start... because it can go left there. We have 2 rotational things, and then just some numbers. These 3 either has to go this way or that way. So they could form a box around the 1. Because that 1 does have to be sort of a void, or whatever, either way. So they could form a box around the 1. I like that. Oh good, it's not a difficult one. Terribly difficult one. That 2 means that has to be subsumed. And that. Yeah, that's how that looks. Oh goodness, this is gonna be a good dig shape. We'll check. It doesn't like that because I'm off by a lot. That means that this is going to be at least 9, and I have to make a rotationally equivalent one. If these 2 are connected, so they have to be void together. Can't go that way. It can go this way because they're connected. But it can't go, or it can go that way. But we do know that means, or it can go that way. So that means that's solid. Unless it's sharing the shape. It can't share the shape because it's going to have to do this in some rotational form. That's not a winner. I'm not certain about some of the logic I've employed here. I like this. Right, let me clear it off and start from afresh just to make sure I'm not making any dangerous assumptions. Okay. Things we know. If it's in a corner like this, it has to be able to worm out. So we can know that these things are likely true. This cannot connect with any of the things adjacent to it, therefore it has to be that. Which does mean this. If there's going to be a 3 here, it can't connect out that way, and neither can that one connect out that way. It could go the other way. But I think that if I want to have this in case, that has to be true. So I think so far all the assumptions I'm making are decent. Then comes the problem of these 2. They can have 1 wart sticking off of it, but the rest has to be enclosed. And then the rotational symmetry of this object. Everything else is somewhat unconstrained. I could actually put a block here, because I can connect that and make it even bigger. Not sure I want to do that. Okay, so then this is at the top. If it's going to be rotationally similar, it needs to come down. 3. Step to the right, step down. This would be a problem, but theoretically I could connect this further over to make this to the 6. Oh, I don't like that at all. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be it. And that's still way too many blocks. So no, they cannot touch like that. At least they can't touch like that right now. I could make it one big shape. That is an option. Can I avoid? No, that's the middle part. Dear Lord, this is... I think it's probably going to be... No, but if it's going to be the rotational shape, I cannot have those two connect. Is there another way to rotate the shape? Oh, wait. Actually, if I rotate the shape downward, it would go the other way. It would jig like that. Which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Now I need to get this shape to extend somewhat and just waste some space. Oh, that's fine. That's 3 that way. Still rotationally similar. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can do one here and one there. It's no longer symmetrical. One here, symmetrical. Does mean that has to be there. There we go. Well, that was a tricky one. Alright, we solved this branch of the world. I do kind of wish that they would tell me more of what these areas are. 292. The progress. This one. In fact, there's only really 3 areas I can think to go back to now. There's the door... no, there's 4. Okay, there's this area. There's the main building. That. Oh, and there's plenty of areas still. I haven't been through the winery or the other one, so I haven't found all of the stuff. I do wonder what this... I mean, is this just a shortcut? But a shortcut to what? Alright, anyway. So back to this. I think this set of things has to be true. And then I hate it all. Is there any way I can make... No, because this one's immaterial. Okay, so this is our starting configuration based upon pure logic. Which sucks. There's nothing here I can really do with it. Yet. But I can just enclose these, just for the hell of it, just to see. But I can't enclose this. I have to do something here to block these in, because they otherwise wouldn't work. I can't block that square. I can't block... Now, if I do block that square, I end up with the Tetris situation I was in earlier, which is untenable, because I can't block off this side. I think my initial condition must be wrong. Like, my initial assumption here. I'm going to just start with this. It has to be on the bottom. No, but I get back... I'm ending up in the exact same spot. It gives me the exact same constraint. Right? Can 2 lines share an edge? Is that a thing that happened in any puzzle? They have the same color? That's something I probably should look in the pre... No, this is learning rotation. Let's look at advanced lines. No, lines of the same color do not ever share a partition. That's just how this works. Some line colors can be shared, but if it's the same color, no. I do not believe I've ever seen that. I'd like to complete this area. I feel like I'm close to it, but that puzzle over there is giving me a run for my money. This game, but every sound is replaced with that pipe dropping. Okay. Maybe I'm tying myself in knots. Let's go back to the natural configuration. We know is likely to be true. How can I solve this? That one has to be on, that has to be off. But what that means is it's a different shape, right? Stands 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, this is doable. That one's wrong? Okay. Yep, I just needed more imagination. That wasn't too hard. This is the same puzzle. Alright, start with the initial conditions and work from there. Okay, they can't touch. Which means one of these has to be this way, and one of them has to be the other way. Need to partition off that. Probably partitioning this way. Actually, definitely partitioning that way. So those remain separated. And then those work because they're there. But then there definitely has to be a closed partition here so they can't touch each other. Oh, I don't like this at all. This over here, it's the same problem. But it's not far off, is it? No, it needs to... It goes... No, they're not rotational. You can't rotate them. That is an important detail I wasn't remembering. Okay, go back to our initial condition. Mostly. I started playing around with things. It didn't work. The sort of going around isn't necessarily true. They could connect inward. Well, these could be connected inward, and we need to cut a hole through that way. So there could be other things. Okay. What else do I know? What else can I infer? I know that I have to have something... Well, I could have this. I can't have that because then this area wouldn't be able to be connected. Okay, so I either have this, which would mean this is true, or I have this, which means this is true. All right, let's try that one. Okay, so start with that. Does mean we need to separate out the purples, so it could be something like this. Okay. Oh, wait, hold up. This... Oh, that's fine. Oh, I can't go 3 up from there. I'll cut that out then. That actually looks okay. How these look? We've got like the Space Invader looking thing. And there we go. That wasn't too bad. I can go into this room, which is full of rubble and puzzles. This is a big old puzzle. Alright, so oranges that need to connect. We know those connect. No, we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is another weird one where, like, it's going to... Wait, there's an odd number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one of these will have... This is an entirely symmetric board. How can I make that work? Something like that? I don't know. Yeah, so one of these will eat... Oh, I can do this. Oh, that would be that, wouldn't it? Okay, I can do that, though. And then that. Okay, so now I've taken care of my oddness problem. That was easy. Okay, yellow has to connect. We have to eat a shape with one of these guys. Again, that is our problem. In fact, I think that's our only problem, is which shape do we eat with it. So I have to find a shape I like that's symmetric, because otherwise this has to be in the negative space, and the other one has to be in the negative space. So we know it's a shape that's providing the extra power. So do something like that. No, that's not feasible. And then that actually could cut the thing. If I do that, then that has to be the same way. I don't like it. Can't move it into the white, because then I have to make the two connect, which is a problem. If I do that, could I make that? I think that works. In fact, I think that's actually just the solution. Beautiful. Oh no. Okay, so here's the problem with this one. Immediately off the bat, we see we have this lit up, and we have this lit up. But the onion in the ointment is this. Because there's only one white. We already know that orange is not going to power white cells or connect the white cells. That means that we have to get these two to connect in a rotationally symmetric way. It is terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying. So the one thing I do have going for me is that there's not a lot of great ways to get through this. Not symmetric enough. God, okay. I just stair-step my whole way over there? That's not stair-stepping, Pat. You know it. Yep. You've nailed... You put the... exactly that. Without taking any... I don't know... Oh, yeah, without taking any yellow diamonds. I don't know, actually, if that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... Actually, let's check an assumption first. Take 1 orange. Okay, yeah, you're right. Without touching any of the oranges. Yeah, one more check of ideas. Make sure if it touches 2, what happens. Nope. Okay, so yes, without touching any diamonds. Which does mean our first move here is that one. Presumably it also means our next few moves are upward. Actually, can we just do this? Nope. There needs to be a wiggle. After 3. Wait, I could actually take a purple diamond. I think that's fine if I take a purple diamond, but then, no, that doesn't allow me to extend far enough. There's a trick here that's really tricky. I think I'm gonna do the one in the other room first. The one that's tons smaller. Okay, so this has to connect to something, so let's say it does that. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh my. Hello, Ava Fangs. Thank you, Chalk Attack, for the raid. How you doing? What were you up to? Hope it was a fun stream. Let me put the remote control down. It's supported. Thank you. Let me put this down. Alright. Lambdas. Yes, we use lambdas here as currency. Run the shoutout command. 248 stitches. Absolutely pitiful. Yeah, but you had you need to do almost 1 million stitches. That's a lot of stitches. A large stitch deficit, I suppose. Do 100 an hour. Oh my. That is not a small project. I actually have no notion of how long it takes to do stitches. Chat is distracting. I know exactly how that feels. I know exactly how that feels. Usually I do about close to 150. I'd see that. That's still going to take a while. Makes it a more impressive undertaking, I suppose. But yeah, progress has been slower today at the puzzles. I got through the entirety of the mill area, this area over here, and lit the fire. So I'm down to 2 fires remaining. And I got nerd sniped off into this area, so I'm currently working on that. Make it in, yes. I found that by wandering around the whole way, going down again, it worked out a whole lot better. But yeah, I'm just having fun with some puzzles. That's the long and short of it. A lot of get stretched. Oh yeah. End up walking all the way back around to come up this way after I unlocked this area. Which is for the best because I needed this shortcut to make this reasonable. Which you can't see because it's behind the building. But yeah, like there's been some progress. I'm gonna take a short break and wander around. Like, I found my way through here. There's the fire I lit. The flare, I don't know, something specific. Got through this area, solved that. It doesn't feel like a lot of progress, but the line puzzles are not easy for me. Especially the ones with rotation. I'm not great at these types of shape rotation, but maybe I just need more Tetris practice. This is the shortcut I had to walk all the way around to get, which was absolutely worth it. Maybe I'll get another shortcut cleaned once I solve another puzzle. Line link puzzles? Yes. So let me go show you a solved one to explain the logic. What's one that looks decent? That's a complicated one. These are some learning ones over here. The logic with the lines is you have to have each color line has to have a similar shape partition. So you can see this black line here is on a plus shape, And then this one is also in a plus shape, and that creates a partition. And then each one of these yellow ones is also partitioned to a partition of 1, which is just a square. That's the straight line constraint. Yes, and the line has to be in the same position, which does come into play and gets more complicated with later puzzles, especially like ones around here. And then this area, then you have the diagonal line, which means it can be the same shape, same position, but it can be rotated. Not flipped, rotated. Big problem. So that's this area in a nutshell. And now this other area has started mixing concepts together. So, for instance, to get through this door, I had to use the partitioning rules about single colors, where you can only have pairs of them in a given partition. And then the rules over here get more complicated by mixing them together. Over there's some ones that mix the pips together. So I just got started on this. It's a really good game. If you're into puzzle games, if you ever played The Witness, you see, isn't this on Switch, I think? I want to say this came out on Switch. It would work well on Switch, honestly. Low rendering cost. Let's find out. Mobile only? Ah, fair enough. I feel like it could work on mobile if that was a thing that the developer wanted to do, I suppose. No, just Steam. And itch, if you're really into itch. That doesn't help anybody without a computer, though. Pretty much just mobile. Fair enough. Also, hi, Snowy Wolfo. Forgot to say hi earlier, I think. Matt's abandoned this. He's working on Islands of Insight. I didn't know he had another game. I will have to wishlist that, because I've been enjoying this so far. I have to assume if he's gotten more time to work on something, it'll be also very good. But yes. No. Still on the East Coast with a slightly diminished setup. This is not how I usually do things. Got recruited because this was such a high-profile project. Oh, okay. But I'm just going to go and pull up Islands of Insight right now. I'm certain I'd end up hearing about it again through one of the various conduits that I would find things through. But I'd rather just have it open now. Oh, Quebec? Oh, now I don't know if I want to play this. MMO puzzle? I think I have heard of this. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time there's been sort of MMO puzzle games. I mean, what was that Myst one? Uru, that was kind of multiplayer puzzle game, but not quite. Yeah, that was the Myst one. I think I have a copy somewhere. I don't think I've ever played it. Just how it is sometimes. I was thinking about... Oh, wait a second. No, that doesn't work. But, multiplayer puzzle game, I don't know. I mean, the Mystery Hunt is a multiplayer puzzle game, but that's a different thing entirely. Back to thinking. These are straight lines, so I can't connect them that way. I connect it a different way. I feel like coming back around. I feel like this puzzle, quite literally, the one thing you need to figure out is how to connect that, and everything else just is gonna magically fit into place. But that orange line at the bottom does not provide a lot of opportunity yet. I'm still thinking it through. I can't go left. I know that much, because of this constraint. Oh, wait, I'm not thinking this through. It could be in the negative. Let's sketch out what that looks like. It's in the negative. Okay, I can't make it in the negative if that's my initial plan, but I could extend this by 1. And by 1 more. Okay, this is possible. If I do that and do that, I think that's... Oh, I need to seal this off. There we go. I do love it always makes a solving noise, but I never know what it's doing. Yeah, I'm using the marking now. It's actually helping a whole lot where I have to start like making good assumptions and things. Prior puzzles, before the lines, I didn't need them as much. I definitely need them now. And now we're back to this. This puzzle has a very big constraint, and I did count them all. You must... So, here's one of the key weird constraints, right? Here we're matching this power node with this line because they're the same color. In this one, we can't do that because we have to connect up the two lines. And you cannot add that. And there's an even number of the orange nodes anyway. So now I have to find a way to connect this in a symmetrical way. So far, not a lot of progress, but I think that that's the very, very, very first step. The only other possible first step I can think of, it's definitely solving a maze. It's definitely solving a maze. Well, I guess with that in mind, no, I can't make any other assumptions yet. Well, I know that's true. I know this has to be true. So I guess we can start by symmetrically drawing this out. So it goes up 3 and then goes over, which doesn't work. How can I avoid this? I can go down one more and I pick up a... I don't like that. But it could also be symmetric the other way, but that's too far over. So this is 3. Right, that's the first phase. It can't be symmetric the other way. No, because I'll run into an orange, I think. Either way, I haven't spent too much time on this puzzle, so I've still got a ways to go. I also found out how to look up how many puzzles I've solved, which is definitely heartening. I'm almost at 300. Almost. But making progress. The symmetry I'm not good at. If only I knew the total. Yeah. I will be honest, I think I looked up what the total was earlier today, and by think I mean no. So I know it's at 450 and something. One of those. I'd like to know the total so I know if I'm missing any. When I get to the end, I'm like, am I missing any? Otherwise it'll drive me nuts. Yeah, 445. So I feel for a game like this, knowing that number is not a huge spoiler. And in fact, I think it would encourage me to play it more over time. Extend out one more. Go down. That's not symmetric. I'm not good at symmetries. Yeah, I've already looked it up. It's fine. Oh god, I'm so bad at the symmetry. No, because if I do it... Oh, actually, no, that's it. Make a box there. I think that's actually symmetric. Hooray! Alright, and then I can add this wart and solve that part. Okay, cool. Now on to the next problem. Partitioning all of these away. Yeah, but the other purples? Oh. Nuts. The other purples are very far away now. That is a completely fair point. But I don't think that's... I think that's a solvable problem, right? I think I see a way to solve that problem. Let's see. Up 4. Up 2. Over 4. And there we go. It is a cute puzzle. Alright, and then I need to partition that, so we partition there. In fact, I think that most of my partitions are just going to be adding to the symmetrical object. That is really cute. Okay, if I put this here, that's a problem. That would be there. I don't like that. I could partition that by putting one there, but then that cuts that guy off. But if I wanted to... I can't do that. All right. Let's look at other spots where I want to place... where I want to put things. 1, 2, 3, 4... There's 5 over here. That's a problem. Have I done that anywhere else? There's 5 there. Okay, that doesn't work. It's possible I may have a slightly wrong partition. Yeah, I'm going to need to re-wiggle some things, I think. I do have, the ability to re-wiggle. Not sure this initially helps, but kind of move things around. See how I like them. But I have to solve the problem of having 6 over there. So let me put that back while I think about that. How many are in this area? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I kind of think I need to find a way to get this orange on that side, or find a way to get another orange on another side. Actually, no, if I do that, then this orange will be stuck inside, and that's no good. Bizarrely, this is making me kind of hungry, or possibly thirsty. I'm not sure yet. This also, I'm noticing that I have a problem, especially up here. Like, I have to keep these oranges away from each other, but there's not a great way to do it. I guess, like, something... No, then I have to connect on that side. So this doesn't... Spaghetti? It is absolutely spaghetti. Noodleheim all the way down. Okay. Is there any way? No, because I need those there. I also need to do something like that. But I also can't connect it to the larger part. But I can re-wiggle. Nope. Cannot re-wiggle. There's definitely some things I need to think about here as I talk about them. Let's see. So the routing here, I can't go through there. How would I get another orange on the other side? Oh, I can do that. That's incorrect. That is absolutely incorrect. Put the wiggle back. I want to keep my thing symmetric. That is in a different section of the wiggle. Alright. Different section of the wiggle. Okay. Want to place it. Move these two. Place it with this. Okay, there we go. Now we have something. How did I end up with an odd number down here, too? Oh, maybe I... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't have an odd number here. Right, then I need to match this with 1. Okay, cool. That solves that problem for now. Now, that also frees up some constraint space here, which is nice. Not enough. I can make that L. Oh, heck, that's it. Bam. Puzzle solved. Yeah, I liked that. That was a really cool puzzle. Oh, man. Where am I off to now? Ha. Oh, I haven't saved yet, I guess. No, maybe it did. Getting close. Progress is being made. Oh, I never got it. Oh, right. I know what the answer is. Okay, where to now? I think I've found all the puzzles around here of interest. Let's go back to the middle. Take a look at the glowy thing. Maybe I should try to solve the middle puzzle. Because I have all the tools to solve the middle puzzle now. And this doesn't look quite as daunting as it did yesterday. I guess I know this. Weird to have them not colored orange. Oh, it even... Wait, what? Those aren't happy? No, they're happy now. These are all blanks. Right, they have to be the same... Yeah, something like that. Okay, so... 4. I don't think 4 is going to be in the negative. Oh, I don't like that. No. I don't trust anything right now. I'm gonna poof those for the time being. Come back to it. But we have 2 big areas left. This and that. So... And a couple of weird secret areas. I guess since I'm in a linear mindset right now, let's... What's up here again? Oh, this I think was the... I still don't know where to even start with these. I think there's only 2 of them, too. Well, what if all I need to do... No. I did, in fact, solve it. Once I rerouted a couple things, everything just clicked, and it was done. Thank you. Thank you for the GG. I was considering where to go next, and there's a couple options on my mind, but I think the first spot I'm going to go, since I've still got the linear state of mind, rather than going to one of the major areas. Yeah, no, it just took... It's a problem you have to break down into pieces. It turns out that the logic isn't that bad if you assume there must be a symmetric connection. Like, it flowed really well once I got that. Once I got that part done. No, I don't want to go that way. We have the door over here, so we're going to go use this door. I found another secret door, too, that I also didn't go into. This one I think I'm ready for. I know the things that this door is requiring of me. At least for the time being. I think that means these must be blank. I can just do this. That was easy. Now to remember how flowers work. I think that has to be true. Yeah. Got the bridge. Yeah, the bridge was like... I solved the bridge, and then I went and found my way into the linear area. Because I realized I needed to have, you know, knowledge of how to do this. I assume that... Oh, actually, I can't assume that. Okay. I think that works. Yeah, more of I can make really cute patterns. Okay, so it needs to be surrounded on 3 sides. No, it means this or that. I think it means that. Looking at the shape, I like that. Oop. Actually a bit unnecessary. Oh, I was so close to succeeding. Alright. Nope, same problem. No, different problem. Alright, so that's, I think, is... Wait, hold up. I didn't even do this right. They were always on the left side. That's not in the center at all. Shouldn't be in the center. Right, okay. I got distracted and stopped partitioning things correctly. I really wish I could also clear off the marks quickly, but eh. Okay. Back to this. This is either already solved, this particular one. If I wanted to... I can see why people might not want to reset the marks, but I feel like there should be a button to fully reset the puzzle, as opposed to just mostly reset the puzzle. It's like there's other buttons on here that do nothing. X. I could use one of the other trigger buttons in case of danger. But given the game only really has, you know, what, 3 buttons it uses beyond the directional sticks, you can afford it. I don't know. Try one more time with this particular configuration. Not that I think it's going to work, but I want to see if I messed up somewhere. That would be the problem. Also, these don't match up as they're on the wrong edge. Okay. Oh, it's true. The color choice is arbitrary. I'm going to try the opposite approach now. Because if it means this, then we can try something different. It'd be the same, actually, just a different color. That doesn't help me. Or does it? Well, let's play around. We might find something random that works. It's symmetrical. It has to be on the outside, so it would be something. In fact, I think maybe that was what I was doing. Oh, right. Okay, so that... But no, and then I can do this. Wheedle that out. Perfect. I don't think it would have made a difference, because it can... I think this could also be solved in the inverted form. I don't think it made a difference here. But just looking at it different, I think just partitioning this one differently helped. Going back and starting over just usually helps a little bit. Alright, well... I can't say that's on. This needs to be surrounded. Or it can be unsurrounded. One or the other. It has to be surrounded, or it has to be on. Those are the 2 rules. Getting back to flowers has to take some thinking. Okay. Any puzzle without a locked square can be inverted. Yeah, I buy that. That makes sense. Sounds correct. Yeah. That's actually helped in a couple spots where I'm like, oh yes, it must be constrained this way. Okay. Where to start? Now basically, if I leave this blank, then this and this need to also be blank. Which means it can have one adjacent, 3 adjacent, which... Oh, I am lousy at flowers. Alright. This means all 4... It needs to have no adjacencies of the same type. Right, okay. And that would mean it needs 1 adjacency of the same type. Of its type. No adjacencies. It has none of the same. And that one, okay. This needs 2 and 2. So the 2s are really easy to reason about. 3. Those are always knots. Why am I having to rederive this? Okay. That's a 1. Oh, right, it's a 1. I am... Yeah. It's getting to be... It's already 1 over here. That's it. It needs 1 of the same color instead of none of the same color. That was the rule. I came up with a convoluted description of what the rule should be, and then I got really confused later. Which didn't help. Okay, that one's happy. That's not, it's the opposite of happy. Now it's happy, but then that one's not happy because it needs a second one next to it. Okay. Well, that's a shape. Do I like the shape? No. Looks something like this. Can I make the shape? Maybe. That. Nope. Gotta hop, it will lurk. Alright, fair enough. Puzzles, thanks. Definitely slowed down a bit with lines, but I'm feeling good. I'm rallying. Enjoy the lurk. See you later. Once I rederive my principles. I wonder what's behind this door. It's gotta be something cool. Good rest. You be zooming again? Yeah, that's how it usually works. At least tomorrow's Friday. It's a nice feature of Thursdays. One of my favorite things about Thursdays. Good night. Sleep well. Still one of my favorite things about Thursdays. But no one ever says TGIT, because it could mean Tuesday or Thursday. Count the oranges, make that number the same color. Oh, right. Thank you. It's always getting me. Okay, so this one is happy because it has the 1. These are all the same color. This one is not happy because it needs 3 of the same color, which counts the edge. No. Wants 1 of the same color. And the edge counts as the opposite. Okay. There's got to be a place to break into this. I guess I could start with the assumption about one of these, because either it's this, or it's this. And I feel like this is more likely. Start with that. So this needs 2 adjacent, and this needs to be singular. This needs an adjacency. To break that. And this one wants 2, but I've given it 3. Can do that. Except this one needs an adjacency of 3, which can only be achieved that way. going to piss everybody off. All right, that means that doesn't work. All right, I'm not happy with that, so let's go back and do the other. Try the other way. By surrounding this. Okay, so this would need 2. This is happy, which is nice, so I shouldn't mess with this or that. So then this still needs 1, so it could either be over here. That needs 2. So there's only 2 possibilities there. That makes a cluster that's pretty happy, actually. So then the question is... Oh, it's at the bottom. Right, okay, so we make the same kind of shape, but I think it needs to be inverted. So invert the shape. That keeps that happy. Shape would need to be extended, one in this direction. That's fine. Put that below. I think I want this solid anyway. Yeah, I want that solid anyway. It's not the same shape. Why is it not the same shape? Oh, because I did this. Double check my shape. Okay, up. Goes out 3. Okay. That connects there. I'm not counting this right. It's up by 1. Oh, brain, work. There. I'm looking at the wrong spots. This needs to be empty. I'm very close. Okay, that's correct. Oh, because it now has 1 adjacent. Nuts! Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so can I change that? Well, that has to be there. There's no way around that. But I could do this, which would allow me to touch. I can't touch that. Can't touch that either. I can't go down. So that doesn't work. So this need to be surrounded on all edges, which means I need to do a positive version of the shape, which isn't going to work. Okay, let's go back again and try to think this through. It's the last room of this type. Maybe I should have gone... Well, I needed to do lines first before I got that. Okay. So either it's on or it's off. I think I tried off. I'm going to try it on again. So we know that to be true. So then these two has to have 3 of the same, so it needs 1. That's 1 of the same. Why am I having so much trouble with that? Okay, right, that's that. 3 around it. If it's off, I want 1 of the same, so it would need to be surrounded. I want... Yeah, 1 of the same, okay. Cool, that makes sense. Need to be surrounded in this case. Wait. Surrounded here. If it's on, it wants 2. If it's off, it wants that. And the other side doesn't matter. Okay, cool. So, if it's going to be that way... actually, no, that's just a contradiction. It's a straight-up contradiction, because there's no way for me to put 2 on either side of this, so it could be that, then. Okay, that's not a contradiction. This still needs 2, so it's either there or there. If I put that there, does that make that happy? Makes it happy. And then this one... Oh, that... Right, okay. Oh, crap. I lost my brain at some point. Okay, chill. If I want... Turn that on if I want to have all the squares around it be empty. Alright, that is true. Then, I want... If I want to do this, it needs to be on and have 1 adjacent. then that's fine. And then this needs to have one adjacent. No. And this needs to have... Maybe that means that one's on. No, that can't be on because I need 3. Okay, that one's happy because it has the one similarity. But then that's unhappy. I think I may have just reached a contradiction repeatedly with this idea, so maybe I need to do the other way. Double check one more time. This can only have one spot free, so therefore it has to be that way. These all have to be off. That's on. Then this one need to be that or this, either of which would make that happy. That's 2. It's already constrained, so that would mean these have to be empty. Therefore, unless this works, it can't work. Okay, cool. I think that we've reached a contradiction with that on. Let's try the other way. So with this off, it's happy. This one's happy. So therefore, that's done. This has to be on. And then that has to be on to keep all that constraint happy. So that's reasonable. That's constrained. So let's try to make the shape. I think I'm going down the same path I went previously. Could have made a mistake though. All right, to make the shape work, I have to extend that out by 1. That's fine. Then that needs to be solid. That's fine. But none of the things around it can be, which led me to this contradiction because I need to have that and that out, which would break that constraint set I have. Okay. It's up by 1, over, and then up, which I need this. But it doesn't go down. It could go down, actually. Why couldn't it go down? Why can't I do this? Because this can't be on. That's why I can't do that. I can have these 2, but I can't have this one. Can I make the shape solids? No. It's the nature of puzzle things, though. Sometimes there's a roadblock. Maybe I need to start with a different assumption. I want to check this path one more time. So I feel like there might have been a thing I missed in the constraints. It has to have 1. And that's happy. That's the only way I can be constrained. And that is constrained already. So this and that have to be on. So that would be... no. Because I need to have this surrounded. But then I'd have that, and that doesn't work. In fact, this one, unless I want to turn it on, which I guess is an option. Have I considered that well enough? If it's on, it needs to have 2 other adjacencies and can't have those. Okay, so it can't be on if I'm doing it this way, which means there is no way to constrain this such that it's happy and its neighbors are happy. Okay. Then we get back to the other possibility, which is that this is blocked in. This is constrained, so it's happy, and we leave it alone. Could put one up that way. It needs 2. It just needs 2. This needs 1. This needs to be on, but now it's happy. And then that's the exact same shape I ended up with previously. Could extend it that way. Oh, no, I can't extend it. That's the exact same shape I ended up with last time. Breaks when I get to this thing. Because I can't... well, maybe I can. Let me think about this. Expand until I can satisfy the last flower. I think that's the key. I think I've been messy with how I've done this. So I can't do it that way. Has to be filled in. And it can be fully bordered. Yeah, I think this must be it. Let me look. Let me work again. Okay, cool. So I can go left. Actually, that does save me a little bit of trouble. This has to be filled in. That's fine. Has to be filled in because it's below it. It doesn't matter. So that's fine. That's empty. That's good. Right. I can't put a square there. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So now that's fine because that's squared in. That's fine because that's squared in. That can't be there. That's why. Get a leftmost flower. You're right. Yeah, right. Okay. Down. That's fine. That's right here. On the same level, we go around. Tip that out. Actually, I think this just works. No, I didn't do it right. I didn't do it right. Some one spot. Ugh. For not having a rotation, that was hard. My reward is more puzzles. Unsurprising. Okay. Alright, so the beautiful thing about this is that we know it's either... Okay, well... That has to be that. It's one obvious and useful thing to know. One obvious. We have two of these, we have two of those, we have two of those. Okay. That can't be that. Because... Oh, actually, no. So, it can't be on because it'll always be unconstrained, regardless of whatever else I do. So this actually has to be guaranteed off. Not that one, that one. Alright, cool. So, now we know that those have to be at least size of 1. That also means that this has to be on, because otherwise it can't be constrained. And this is going to be in the shape of a plus. At least. No, that's not going to work because if it dips down too low, and there's no way I can make that work for the origin of the other one because it's not rotated. Alright, let's start over. We can do this. This is an option. No, that's not an option. That's the only option. Which we already know isn't going to work. There's a break in my logic immediately. What is happening here? Okay, so I could do that instead, I guess. I forgot that that's an option. This one, I do think this has to be, because I can't light it up, because then, yeah. It has to be surrounded. There's no way around that thought. That does mean that has to be on. How can I get around that? It's not rotatable, otherwise I could use a different orientation. Oh, right, anti-shapes. Being dumb. I'm getting tired. Okay. This is still correctly constrained. I could turn it on. I could... I actually like that. That works. Okay. I am the anti-pope. And origins. Oh, yes, that's also important, isn't it? I actually learned what an anti-pope is recently. It's the someone who thinks he's the legitimate pope, not like actually against Catholicism. It just is a matter of debating secession. Wouldn't have guessed it, honestly. Actually, that makes sense. There has to be nothing above this. There can't be anything above that. That helps. I don't know if I want to build the ship out more, but it can't go out more than one more in that direction. It can't go up, it can't go down, so that's good. it's that these shapes cannot meet because I can't actually make that work. It would be in different places. So that, I think, is a truth. Is that a truth? Let me double check this out. Okay, so this, if it did meet there, then that shape would never make any sense. There's no way for me to make that sense if they actually met. Why did I think that was true? I could put something there, actually. No reason that can't be. At least for the time being. Okay, I need to work somewhere else in the square to figure this out. I like this so far. I think this makes sense. Purple currently is alone. I could just trim it off and call that a day, but I don't think I should yet. This one's interesting, right? Because either that means if I turn this on, then I have to do this, which makes that shape a mess. Actually, no, I can't turn this on because this shape's already northernly constrained. So this has to actually be left alone the way it is. So far, so good. Like putting things in empty holes. Yeah, I think people in general like that. To take it in a completely different direction, and preface it with that. There's this fun toy that I had as a child, and I think an awful lot of people had as a child, where it's got all these shapes on it. It's a ball that has different shaped holes, and you have a bunch of different plastic shapes you can put in them, like a plus, oval, circle. My sister got one of those for her son, my nephew, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool! You got one of those." And she's like, "Yeah, I had to go and find it and got a new one." Turns out, I didn't know this, made by Tupperware of all people, which explains how it survived like 5 kids. I even assumed the one my mom had was a hand-me-down. Like, you just can't really damage Tupperware without like microwaving it. But still, a fun little toy. And next to it, she had another thing that looked very similar. Like, oh, are those related? And she's like, no, the shapes for the right one don't actually go on the left one. And it does cause my nephew consternation. I thought it was cute. Okay, back to the puzzle. Oh, actually, we know that this can't grow in either the up... We know it can't grow in the upward direction. We also know it can't grow in the rightward direction. So I think we can assume that is an air gap. So I don't think I'm going to be able to like make this shape. I could air gap the shape. I don't know. That's not a good reason yet. The shape can't extend that much further out. I can put 2 of these either way. It doesn't matter. I could start fencing this in. So we could just try fencing it in and see how I like it. Yep, sure is fenced in. Purple could also be fenced in. That's fine. No big constraint there. And then what? Is it demand? Okay. So this is the top. I can in fact make a plus shape out of this without messing with stuff too badly, actually. That looks good. I just do this. I broke something. How did I break it? What? Why did that break? Oh, because they have the same shape. They can't have the same shape. Right. Okay. That's a constraint I forgot about. They're the same shape, yes. That's on the opposite side, which would mean I'd have to grow this over by 1, which is a non-starter. Okay. Gotta find a way to put a ward on this thing. I can do... Well, what if I extend 2 from there? No, I can't do it because it's on that side, because it would need to be this way. But yeah, so I keep forgetting. There's so many constraints in this. Ugh. What if... No, because then that would have to surround it. That has to be true. I don't want to mess with this shape. I don't think I can. Without getting in trouble at this point. I can't extend downward. It can't extend upward, obviously. It could extend rightward, so I could actually take this. But yeah, then that doesn't work. Okay. I can't make that into that shape. Yeah, I can't go above that, so I think that has to be true. I need to add a wart. How do I add a wart? Could I add a wart over here? Like, could I do that? Move this down and do that. Okay. Okay. Then they're not pluses, but I'm still stuck with this plus shape over here because of that constraint. Okay, I can't add a wart to that. There we go. Can't add a wart to that one. Because I do have to maintain part of the plus shape. There's no question about that. Oh, why can't I just do that? Oh, because of the same problem. Then I'd add the wart to the plus shape. And I'm stuck with the cross, because I need to move that downward. Okay. That's out of the question. Can't do that one because of the actual constraint. This one I could move up. But then I'd add to this, because that's at the top of the cross. So the nice thing about this is I can... and that would work. Let's see. Yeah, that's the same symmetry, but then I have the problem extending that one one more over, and I don't want to do that. Could do that. I think that actually might work. Cool! One more big one down. How many, Matt? 303. Okay, it doesn't save very often for some reason. Okay. Now this. Okay, that one's stuck off, which means these are all on. That's like the one thing I know for sure so far. Which means... Actually, I guess this could also be on or off. It doesn't actually matter. Maybe it does. I can turn this on. Oh, wait, no. It has to be off because if I turn it on, it would need out all ingredients. So that's true. And same thing for this one. We just propagate that logic. Because that's already constrained, we can propagate that logic. Cool. This is just about propagation. Just start with. That has to be on. Because otherwise it can't be constrained as it is. And then this one... I don't know. We'll figure that out yet. Okay, so now... Oh wait, this is unhappy. Why is that unhappy? It has no adjacencies. I can put this one on. I can't put that one on. Right, okay. What that means, I think is the important part here, is that that's on. Which gives rise to shape. Isn't that not a rotation? I think I have to get 3 of them to look right, otherwise it won't tell me about rotations. There we go. Those are our rotations. And so now we do that. Oh, it goes the other way. Okay, cool. So now this one. It needs exactly 2. I can extend by 1 in some direction. Okay. That's not the direction. Don't make it easy, do they? Okay. Oh. Wait. Okay. So now, if I want to do that, they all need to have this on their foot. Okay, they're happy. That's good. This one's unhappy. It needs another adjacency, but I need to pick the adjacency correctly. This probably needs to turn on in order for it to be happy, so I need to extend the foot 1 more in the direction. Which does make this happy. I do hope it does kind of look like a windmill, actually, yeah. Wait. So, oh, crap. At some point I unticked something. Ah, crap. All right. Start over. Okay, so that's true. That's true. I liked where we're going. It felt right, and then I think I unticked something incorrectly. can move these logical bits. Oh yeah, then that also needs to be that way. So that's that way. Okay, cool. Everything is fan-worthy so far. And then the next bit, because I can't turn this one on without it breaking, because logically it doesn't work. Make sure that's off, and that's off, and that's on. Okay, then we start drawing our shapes to make a windmill. Still one of my favorite, absolutely pointless Futurama gags. Windmills do not work that way! Because, you know, the windmills are cooling off the turtles. Oh, I see what I did wrong. I put the pip. I need to put a second pip on the other side. Bam. Done. Okay. I see what I did. No, Pat, don't unlink. No, Pat, no. Don't unlink that. Okay, cool. Things are better. I knew I made a mistake somewhere. I just had to figure out where. Okay, so extend the foot one more for each one. That. Okay, cool. We're down to only a few more constraints. This has to have another adjacency, and we can do that. That's fine. So we square up our feet. And then that needs to be on. Which intrudes upon that, which is not a winner. Okay. Everything was going so well. So really what this means is it needs to fill in all three gaps around it. That's not happening. It's like one adjacency. Something like that. Oh, I like that. Okay. Let's unthing those. I think I want to unthing those. This one's not correct because it has the extra. Let me just get back to symmetry here. Okay, that has to be on. And that has to be on. Okay, so... Yeah, no, that can't be on. Okay. Just getting back to consistency. Oh god, alright, I've messed this up. Oh no. Okay. Fix it. Okay, let me look at the warts. Just 2 going down, 5 across, 1 up. I think this is... I gotta figure out where I'm going wrong. There is a bad assumption being made. I want to go back to a point where I had things working. I'll just trim all of that off. This was a spot where things were still correct. Bottom left flower with its 1 petal. That's true. Okay, so then that's still justification for that wart. This wart's up here. This wart would be there. This wart would be there. Okay. Cool. I am back to a spot where I have consistency. This with its 1 petal. Oh, it can be constrained a different way. It doesn't have to be on. Okay. I can work with that. So then that I no longer need an assumption there. That's good. This needs a second thing attached, but I could go internal on it. I think. No, I can't go internal because of that spot. You'd propagate the unshaded that are next to that shaded. Unshaded. Oh, you're right. I can do that. That is a thing I can do. I can propagate it once. Oh, and propagate it to the other sides of the board. Oh, that's smart. Yeah. So that's where those warts would... That's where that wart ends. I know that those 3 they're set. And these 3. These 3. Or do I know that? Close. Ew. Well... Huh. Not... Oh god, my head. Yeah, no, I think I screwed up somewhere, and I need to just go back and try again. It's one of those cases where, like, once you make enough, like, logical leaps, you just need to back up or press the undo button a few times. Okay. We're back to this. The double T. Why did I... Oh, yeah, because I have to hook that. Okay. Draw the correct warts. We're going to go to this configuration, which is one I am comfortable with and I'm fairly certain is correct. Once I draw the appropriate warts in the right places. Okay. Cool. Let's start working assumptions. I can't go up there because that spot is clearly taken. So I can propagate that around the wheel. And I can also propagate this corner. Double check. Wait, hold on. Double check what I'm doing. Okay, so that, go out one. Oh, wait, hold up. It's right here. Two there. From that. Two there from that. And then other side of the T. Two there from that. Okay. So if that's true, then I have to surround this sucker. Which, is that possible? I think it's possible. Let me build this out slowly so I don't mess it up. Oh, wait. The wart back would have to be on that. Don't know row 3, column 2. Yeah, I think I'm with you now. I'm trying to figure out how I came to that conclusion properly, because I extended off of that. Could I do this differently? No, I don't think I can do that differently. Maybe this is not a good penciling. Okay. So now, put our warts in play. Oh, the wart would be on the other side. Ugh. Okay. We do know we can't fill that spot in, though, because of the symmetry here. Alright. Then, this spot here, I don't think I can fill this spot in. We do have other things we have to assume, but... Okay. Too many symmetries. Okay, so I can either constrain this by doing that, which is nice, or by doing that. So I don't think that's the one to work. This one requires something. It doesn't really matter. I can turn it on, I can turn it off. It's not overly constrained. I think this might be the one to look at. Because right now, it either needs exactly one. No, it needs to be surrounded on 3 sides, which I don't think I can do. So I can't surround that on 3 sides. That is not a winner. Oh, yeah, I think it must have extended. Oh, I don't know. Okay. So that's not a winner. So it must be on, so I only need 1. And so that gives us this configuration, which I liked until I didn't. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think I can... I do base... No, I don't base any assumption off this one, do I? It's completely surrounded. It has to be surrounded because of those. And over there. Up. Okay, this is the only one... What? Okay, that's the only one that I did do it. Okay. We solve our symmetries. I haven't broken anything yet. What if it's that? That's a possibility instead. R7. See how that impacts? 07. Column 3. This. Yeah, I was having trouble with the rotation of it. Okay, so that means I go this way, which I didn't like, but okay. Because it comes off when I rotate that way. This one would go this way. This one would go this way. I think that's how it is. I'll propagate row 7, column 3. Oh, not... Oh, okay. Huh. Not both. Why not both? But I mean, by symmetry, wouldn't it... Oh, no, not necessarily. It wouldn't necessarily have to do by symmetry, right? Because of that. That makes more sense. I've not been tracking this well. Okay. So that's good. I guess you know what else? I'm going to just do this, because it makes sense. Because of the symmetry. I don't want to have to deal with that. Okay. I really should just, like, put notes next to the... I probably should just implement the alt thing over here. Alt text. However that's done nowadays, because alt text has definitely gone out of fashion. Doesn't work on modern browsers or something. Okay. Cool. One flower that can be finished based upon propagation. In something like that. Or I could turn it on. Connect it. Am I allowed to do that? I don't like turning it on, actually. But I could do that. I have the space to do it. That? Well, those two are the same still. No, okay. Let me undo, because I did too many things at once. Okay. So extend out on this side. The other side. Okay, they're happy. Then take in the corner. Okay, and then this is on the opposite side. Cool. Those are all happy. This is happy. I just need to make this one happy. Which I think I could... No. Well, no. Actually, no. It'd be rotationally symmetric. Symmetric. Oh. That was a puzzle and a half. Just doesn't look as good in black and white. You look way better in orange. Yeah, let's put it purple. It looked way better in purple. I still wonder when we're going to use these things. There's so much surface area in this game I haven't even touched yet. Somehow. It is a shame that all finished puzzles must look like that. Alright, so there's two more possible areas. Well, there's three areas to go to. One is clearly all environmental puzzles, and being tired, I don't want to try to do those. This other one I think is probably smarter to do. I still have the rules embedded in my skull. Yeah, this is still the fastest way. It wouldn't have been the fastest way if I thought a bit ahead in retrospect, but whatever. We gotta go past a waterfall or two. Waterfalls are fun. Oh wait, no, I want to go to the waterfall. That was the whole point of this endeavor. Took me a moment. Go to the gallery area behind the waterfall. Like, there's got to be something cool over there. Which kind of puzzle? I feel like the routing puzzle feels like what I want to do right now. Okay. Maybe. We'll see. Can I just... Oh, wait, no, it has to connect to... Something has to connect to that. Let's be 1. This leaves an odd man out here, so that doesn't work. Not sure there's like a radical symmetry. Maybe not this one first. What? Okay. Oh, these all require actually remembering the rules and being able to apply them correctly, consistently. Lovely. All right, so if that's on, I know this to be the case. That satisfies that. That satisfies that. But maybe this is a fairly easy puzzle. Some of those need to be on. I need to have 2 here. And then I'm just plunking all of them down. Yeah, that doesn't work. Because it needs to have all of them surrounding. That's only 2 on each side. Okay. Here, wait. Is orange... is that how that works? Orange is this is the number? I really should write down these rules. I keep forgetting how oranges work. Think back to the last puzzle. It's on. If this is on, then none of these things can be around it. Therefore, the opposite is true here. If it's off, it has to have all the things surrounded. If it has 1 adjacent, that must be the case. Okay, cool. So we can logic out these 2 halves. Everything after that is dubious. Well, I guess, actually, we know that has to be true. But then that means these need to be... Oh, wait, no. No, we could fix that. Then that has to be the case. That already has 2. I thought that was it. Maybe not. Okay, let me check. Oh, these are on, then... Right. If these are on, then everything else has to be off. Ah, okay. Need to remember what I'm doing. Start from first principles. Okay. So now... Strong say just highlighting cells that must be off? Yes. Well, once I figure out which ones need to be off. Just like, once these have an adjacency, we know that the other adjacencies have to be the same. So we've set all of that correct. I think all the ones that are on are correct for the time being. Now, what do we do with the ones that have to be off? So, here's the problem. For this to be surrounded properly, this needs to be on. Which means that needs to be off. Okay, that's actually fine. That's actually fine. We can do that. That's fine. Which means these all need to be off. Means these need to be... Oh. It still needs 2 adjacency. So this... and this, I think. There we go. I just had to remember how this structure could work. Lines, everywhere there's lines. Alright, so first off, if purple's this way, it means that. If yellow's this way... Yeah, there's no way I could do this with it being in the same place. So this means that this has to be outward, and this has to be downward. Okay, so far so good. I can extend this both down 1. Down and out to close it. Close this off, so that's all good. Oh yeah, it wouldn't tell me if I was wrong anyway. And then I can go up and do the same kind of capping, actually. Oh no, I can't go up from there. I can't go up too many. I can go up 1. Which is a problem. But I can go over. Okay. Can't go back too far. Theory is there, and there, and then I need to be able to cut it off, which I can't do. But I also... These can keep going, actually, because this can go higher. Right? So I don't need to worry about cutting it off. It can cut off at the top. As long as I can cut it off later. This goes... Oh, don't have to go there now. It just goes up to 3. Yeah, there we go. No. Oh, I didn't finish. No, that's the problem. Okay. That goes down by 4. Ah, nuts. Mistakes were made. Yeah, that's the problem. Ah, okay. Double check assumptions whenever you make them. Down 3, over, flag, 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 flag. Okay. So now we have to figure out a way to block this in nicely, which we did up there kind of, but we didn't do a very good job of here. So I go down 1 more on each one, that's fine. And then this can only go down 3, so it can go down 4. It has to stop there. I can put a wart here and a wart there, and that still works, I think. Yeah, I think that works. 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. Up 1, over. Okay, so I think that we're still good on that side. So let's surround this. Oh. I can't put a wart over to the right, but this needs to go down 4 anyway, so that's good. That's all done. Now, the upper constraint. I liked this plan of going up and then letting it kind of bloom. So up, bloom. There we go. Some of the ones I considered to be harder, so this is good. We know that has to start that way. That's off, so we know that it has to go out that way. This is off, so it also needs to go out that way. Which forces us there. Okay, cool. That's done. So it has to be surrounded. That's 3. Okay, that's not quite enough. That has to be there, because otherwise it won't connect. We can't have these 2 things connect, so there's got to be one there, probably. I need to not have this connect. So that's probably on, and this one's probably off. In fact, we also know that's on. So we got that going for us. There's a wart probably over here, but I don't know where it is yet. This 6 could go here, 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 or... actually, that's 5, so I can't... In fact, I think this has to be true. And that constrains the 6. Okay, cool. And the 5 still has to figure itself out, but there's plenty of space for it to figure itself out. Oh, right. That's a constraint I need to deal with. In fact, probably... This is 4. There's got to be a wart one here. Okay, back to this. So I'll have 1 more on the 5. So that's 5 off. But I can't constrain it there. Okay. I've made assumptions. Let's unassumption. Back to the start. Symmetric, so I can choose... Oh, it's not symmetric. I can't choose. But, no, I know this has to be true. To start, because of how this works. Okay. That doesn't have to be true. Okay. So we're back to the same thing. Because this has to probably touch the 6, because there's no way for the 6 to leave. Oh, wait. We know that that's surrounded by nothing. Right. That has to be surrounded by nothing. This cannot leave and get 5 without being high-lit, so it has to be high-lit. And that's our 6. I think that's all correct. This has to connect outward, so it has to be there. This has to connect that way. This grid has 30 cells. Alright, so how many cells of freedom do I still have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's going to be like an island here of of something else. Like... kind of like this, maybe. And I can... and I can't pin that in that way. Ah! Get out of here, all of you items. Okay, actually, really quick. You're right. Do math. So we have 10 here. Combine 10 here. 28. So there's going to be 2 cells that aren't part of a contiguous group. That's like the thing I can guarantee at this point. I kind of wonder... like, trap this mostly. But then that connects there, so that's bad. What I really want is that, but I don't have the squares for it. Okay. So... double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 4, 5. Okay, I need to connect. I need 1 on this, 1 on this, and then 2 on that. There's no guarantee it goes out that way. Like, it could wiggle this way. Yeah, if they have one spell too many, I can remember that I have extras. In fact, that is the answer. I had it, but I pressed the wrong button. Alright, cool. Now we're doing this. So far, some of these have had elegant solutions. We'll see how long that lasts. I need to partition you off without touching anybody else. This is possible. This is... no, don't... there's no symmetries here. I don't have to symmetric. Okay. That was easy. Say what's beyond here, but it's more puzzles. Wait, what? Or wait, I can do this. Oh, maybe I can't. Oh wait, no, it's stripes. Didn't appear to add... oh, I guess that's what it did. It added the square, maybe? It's not obvious to me. But yeah, it's a different color. Maybe that's saying where I am, so it's underneath here. I don't think this is one of the big regions. Oh, it is! This is one of the big regions. Maybe. Where the heck am I? This is a humongous area. Oh, holy cow. I like those things. Dear Lord. Can I click squares on the map? I haven't tried that. Makes sense. I think this is like the bonus post-game area. Okay, I have to see. Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's every type of puzzle here, including some I don't know how to solve. Haven't been consistent at these at all. Those are the environmental puzzles. We have the walking on things puzzles that I've solved like 1 or 2 of them, but have yet to actually get to the main area and figure out how to solve those. Because usually they've at least had other constraints. We've got these. And then I haven't even tried going over here. Oh look, more puzzles. There's like 100 puzzles in this area alone. Yeah, definitely endgame or postgame. I don't think I want to be here yet. I'm happy I unlocked it, but I don't think I want to be here yet. Let's try the squares on there. You're right. I never thought about it, but... no. What? Why am I only allowed to, like, make noises on some of the map? Well, fast travel would be nice, but it's certainly not required. This ain't Dark Souls. Ah! I get it. If there's a puzzle underneath it, you're colliding with it, so you can't make the noise. How odd. Alright. Yeah, we'll leave that one alone. But we found one of the cool areas. There's bound to be others. I think at this point, there's only... now, can we pull up a map? Oh, no. Wait, why did I do that? I thought it would bring up a map. That button does no mapping. I think at this point, there's only really there's only 2 places left, clearly. This, which I think is the walking path section, and this, which is, I think, purely environmental puzzle solving. Both of which would be fun. But I do think that it is a bit late. So we'll just... Let's see how many puzzles I have now. 310. So I am much on the way. Many to go, but much on the way. But as much as I'd like to continue, it's already 3 a.m. I've got stuff to do for work tomorrow. And in fact, I have to run a irritating batch process. If I wasn't playing a puzzle game, I'd explain why it became that big of a mess with the thing I post on Discord, but I'm not going to. So let's find someone to raid. And yeah, I'll call it here. I'm surprised how long it took to get through the remaining shape or the remaining line sections, but that's what happens when you take a couple days off.